Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Staz, the Italiano, aka ESPN Staz, because I'm bringing it to you like a highlight, man. We back at it with another episode of the definition of active, right here at AZ Way Too Active, man. I got a guest tonight with me, man, who's been making noise in the city for years, man. He's coming from the West Coast to the Southwest, you know what I mean? Mr. Heem himself, CEO of Cashsquad Records, Cashsquadceno in the building.
Oh, man, it's Cino the motherfucking general, man. You know, Cash Squad Records don't hesitate to check her, man. I felt like I was Mike Tyson right there. Gave me the motherfucker, you know, coming out with the champion belt, man. You know what I mean? Oh, my mama, though. Like, man, that's respect, man. Like I said, man, you know, it's love, man. We in this motherfucker, man. AZ way too active. You know, we going crazy. You know, my nigga reached out, and I'm in this motherfucker, and I'm never going to turn down nothing but my collar, man. You know what I mean? That part. So, let's get it going, man.
You already know, man. How you been living, man?
Man, I've been living good, man. You know what I mean? Just working, staying focused. You know, more artists is fucking with the squad. Real artists, real motherfuckers that serious about this shit. We just did a tour. That tour was lit. You know, hella.
We gonna get into that.
Okay, my bad, my bad. Yeah, I'm just popping it, man. I'm happy in the motherfucker, man.
Hell yeah.
Like I said, man, I feel like, you know, I got the motherfucking championship belt right now, man.
Hell
you know,
yeah.
WWE around this motherfucker, man.
I mean, you got some trophies on right now.
Man,
Shit.
lightweight, man. They lightweight, man. Lightweight. You know, everything got to do with Cash Squad, though. Facts.
Hell yeah. Y'all heard it, man. Cashsquadceno in the building, man. The general, man. So let's get right into it, man. So for those who don't know, man, the Arizona people, you know what I mean? I watched the homie Matty Ice show, you know what I mean? Shout out to Matty Ice. You mentioned you are originally from Fresno.
Yeah.
The No.
Yep, the No.
California.
My mama, yeah.
You know, talk about the difference between Fresno and Arizona. You know, and then when you came out here to Arizona, where did you land at? What side, what area did you make your home?
So I moved out here when I was 14. Okay. You know what I mean? That's when I first touched down around this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I touched down on what it was 75th and Peoria. It was more west side and shit. And then I lived over there for probably 2-3 months. And then I ended up moving over here on Walking Street, man. You know what I mean? So
for I lived,
yep, on me. I went to I went to hella high schools out this motherfucker, man. I went to South Point. I went to North High. I went to what's that motherfucking school called? Maya High School. I went to motherfucking damn, man, I can't. West Phoenix. Shit, man, I went to hella schools out here. You know, like I said, I moved out here when I was 14, so it was lit, man. You know what I mean? The difference from here in Fresno, you know what I mean, was I feel like when I touched down, I had more opportunities right away. When I was in the town, I didn't have a lot of opportunities. I didn't see a lot of light. You know what I mean? It was like real dim around that motherfucker. And then when I came out here, it was real bright, you know, sunny and shit. And I started seeing more opportunities, regardless the situation I was in. Like, you know, I done bounced around all through this motherfucker, but regardless of situations I just seen that it was so many opportunities here. Like right when I got here, I got opportunities. I was able to jump in shit, get around shit, see different shit, you know, and I'm talking about big shit too. Like I'm like, damn, man, it's just a whole different vibe, you know what I mean? So my whole life completely shifted right when I touched down around this motherfucker. And then I ended up going back to Fresno again and shit because my grandma passed away and shit like that. So I lived back out there for one more year. And then I had a partner out here that I locked in with, hella tough. He like, man, come back, man, you can live with me. I'm like, yeah. So I ended up moving in with the homie and shit, like 16, like, you feel me, living with breath for like a minute, going to school, all that type of shit. That shit was a cold ass opportunity. You know, I ain't left since, man. I'm around this motherfucker. That's why I say from the no to the zone, man. You know what I mean? Made in the no, you know, raised in the zone, man. You know, facts.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So you've been all up around here, man. That's what's up, man.
Facts.
Shout out to Fresno. I never been, bro. I want to visit just because I like doing that type of shit. Visiting and shit.
Man, come through. You know, it's slapping around that motherfucker. It's really not that much to do. But, you know, it's still cool to go. You know, like I said, if you want to get away from the heat, it's going to be nice. A lot of trees, green everywhere and shit like that.
Like a downtown type thing down there?
Man, ain't no shit. Ain't no downtown around the town, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's no downtown. You know, a couple buildings old as a motherfucker and shit.
Okay.
nothing real, nothing real, you know, major shit, man. You know, everybody mistake us, the Fresno motherfuckers, for either the Bay Area or LA. We Central Valley, so we really in the middle. Like, it's real country. Like, I'll say Fresno is like country, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, like I said, when I came from out here, it gets like 106 degrees in Fresno. So coming out here to 115, it was hotter, but it wasn't that bad. Like, you know, I was ready for it. Like, I adapt to it quick. You feel me? And now when I go back over there, man, like 40 degrees is hella cold to me. Like, I can't even deal with that shit, man.
Yeah, that shit cold.
Yeah, that shit cold. Like, damn, man, that shit crazy.
Hell yeah. For sure, man. Well, I want to get into the new project, man, Just for the Goers too.
Just for the Goers, man.
You know what I mean? This is your first R&B project.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, this is my first one, man.
Compared to what you've, you know, been putting out. Talk about why you wanted to do an R&B project. You know what I mean? And you know, how that came about, the project, and do you plan on doing any R&B projects in the future?
Man, I don't know. This might be a first of many. I feel like you know, I got a lot of reaction from this shit. Like, I did it just for the goers. You feel me? A goer, a motherfucker that serious, that go get the money. That if you wake up every day, I'm talking about females too. You know, if you wake up, go get the money. If you wake up and you know, go do something. You know, go to work or go get that bag. Go to the club or whatever the case may be that you do. You know what I mean? This is just for you. You know what I mean? So I just made it for the hustling chicks, the solid chicks out there that's really handling their business. And every song was just more like I was kind of like just feeling like you know, I've been around a lot of females. Luckily, I was able to be around a lot of females in my life. So, you know what I mean? I kind of be understanding what females like. And I just say, like, they listen to my music. They like that trap stuff. They like the, you know, the raspy shit. But, man, I'm telling you right now, when I played this in a car for a few homegirls, they was like, what the fuck? Like, they didn't even expect me to do no shit like this. So that's why I really liked about it, because, like, no one expected that. Like, especially the type of person I am, the type of music I make, all that shit. Like, that shit threw motherfuckers totally left. They like, damn, this nigga singing on the track, this nigga harmonizing, this nigga got all type of melodies and shit, this nigga coming up with cold hooks that make crazy sense. So it's like, they like, damn, bro, this shit like dope. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, I ain't never got that. I got like that about my music, but it's just like, you know, everybody listen to rap shit, you know, trap shit. So, like, it's kind of like adapting. I just tried to jump out the box real quick and shit. And you know, I like it. I slapped that shit on the way here, man. I slapping it every day. Just for the Goers out right now too. You know, shout out to Cashsquadceno. He the one that inspired me to do it though. Like, you know, my partner and shit. You know, man, this nigga, I say my nigga super thug, man, super blood. You feel me? Like, I'm just being honest. And man, he showed me like you can jump out the box and make music, like, you know, like R&B music. Like, he got this song that's so motherfucking cold, like, you know, called Get Dirty For Me. It's on Just for the Goers Part 1. And I told that nigga, I said, man, this motherfucker will be a hit if you had Sway Lee on this motherfucker. I said, I'm like, bro, this would be a classic. Like, they'll slap this all through the world. So literally just seeing him do that, you know what I mean, and jumping out that box, man, that shit motivated me to do the same shit. So I gotta always, that's why it's Part 2. Like, you know, this is my first R&B mixtape, but my man Cashsquadceno, he got Part 1 and I did Part 2, you know what I mean, to keep this shit going. So you know, shout out my mans and shit for that shit, man. That's
Makes
love.
Sense. Makes sense for sure,
you know
man.
What I mean, yeah, I got Part 2, he got Part 1, man. It's both out. You know what I mean? Cashsquadceno got Part 2.
Hell yeah. Y'all go check that out. Once again, man, Facts. Just for the Goers too. And like we was talking about off camera, man, my favorite record is Spaceship. Yeah. You know what I mean? She want to take a ride in my spaceship. You hear me? Hey, that's man, my shit. You know, I'm not no singer, man. You know what I mean?
Man, that's love, bro. You feel me? The Italian stallion, man. You saw that, man. I fuck with you, my nigga. Oh, God, appreciate that.
Hey, man.
That
love,
shit,
bro.
nothing but love, man. That shit, you know, it's real because, like I said, man, motherfuckers do not support. Not a lot of people want to see a person win. Not a lot of motherfuckers want to see a person get to the next level and, really go crazy with this shit. Like, you know, and I'm type of person that support. Like, I don't know what your sign, what your zodiac sign is.
I'm a Virgo.
See, you a Virgo, I'm a Taurus. if you know about Virgos and Tauruses, we match for sure.
My brother's a Taurus.
Yeah, in fact, we match
My
for
little
sure.
brother, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, we match. I appreciate you, man. I swear to God, it's genuine love when you said that shit, like, you know what I mean? On camera and off the camera, man. You know, this nigga supported me, man. You know, we've been chopping it up for almost like 2 years and shit, you know what I mean? So, and I ain't got nothing but love from you every time I seen you and ran into you. So, you know, I swear to God, it's love, man. Bulletproof with this shit for real, though. Like, we ain't doing nothing different.
No, that's love. I appreciate
Man,
that.
that spaceship knocking, man. You know, when I seen that, when I heard that shit, you know, nigga riding in these fly ass cars and shit, lights glowing up and shit, man. You know, shit. I'm like, everybody want to jump in the motherfucking Beamer with the lights or the Benz with the lights, and you know, this shit got LED nowadays, man. This shit glowing up, pulsating. I'm just like, man, I make most of my music in my cars. That's free game for everybody if y'all don't know. I just drive around and shit and slap a beat on my nigga and man, I swear to God, my vibe turned totally different from just in the studio. Like, I like making music in the studio, but like, man, when I did Spaceship, I just was riding in that motherfucker and I just know that shit was going crazy. Like, I heard the beat, I said, man, she want to take a ride in my face, you feel me? So if y'all ain't heard that motherfucker, man, lock in, tap in with that motherfucker. I swear it's slapping. Like, swear, OB. Appreciate you. I end up, I didn't even tell you, but I end up mixing, mastering that whole mixtape myself to the neck. You feel me? So, you know, I mix and master my own music and shit like that. I do the order myself and everything. Like, you know, it's real and shit. We really do this shit. It's Cash Squad Records and shit, you know. Yeah, man, you know, I'm just...
That's hard. What does it take for, you know what I mean, a goer, a fly chick? What does it take for somebody to ride in Ceno's Spaceship?
Man, shit, support. You know what I mean? If you support me, shit, I support you, baby. We get in this motherfucker and go to the moon. That's all I care about. As long as you support me, shit, any type of support too, man. I'm talking about as long as if you fucking make a video to my song on Instagram, man, I'm gonna pull up and put you in a spaceship. I might fuck around, put a chain around your neck, and we go eat Roof Chris real quick in this motherfucker, and then fly back to Earth. You know what I mean? Like, shit, that's all you gotta do.
For sure.
That's all you gotta do. Yeah, on me.
Hell yeah,
support.
man.
If you can support a nigga, that's, you know, that's the best way to get in my spaceship. Show love, cause man, I'm trying to tell you, like you said, I've been doing this shit for so long. It's like, man, I care about that support, man. It means a lot to me. Yeah.
No, most definitely, man. Supports everything, man. I wanted to talk about another record on the project, man. Came From Nothing. Come From Nothing.
That's man. I'll say that's my motherfucking favorite song on the track, on the mixtape.
Really?
Just cause I put my heart in that shit, man. You know what I mean? I like putting it was more like it was R&B, but it was like I'm talking about real life scenarios and situations in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, you know, on the road to the top and shit, man, you gonna lose a lot of friends, man. You gonna gain a lot of hate. You know, a lot of people gonna betray a motherfucker. It's all type of shit that'll happen. So that song mean a lot to me and shit, man. You know. For real, like, you know, Come From Nothing and shit, man, I'm slapping that every morning when I wake up, man. You know, watch out for the fake love, man. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, facts.
Yeah.
You mentioned in the record 2022 was a weird ass year.
Man, 2022 was weird, man. You know, 2022, 2020. It feel like since 2020 hit, it shit started getting spooky J. On my mama, like, you know, I really lost people in 2020, 2021, 2022. It's just like, in 2022, more like a rebuild year. You know what I mean? Because I end up opening up a studio. My pops end up passing away and shit like that. My cousins end up passing away and shit like that. It was just getting real spooky and shit. So, like, you know, just to kind of like not stop. Because, man, I do this shit for my peoples, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I want them to see me grow. I want them to see me get to that next level. So, you know, it's a cold-ass pain to go through and shit. I should make a nigga stop like, man, fuck this shit and kind of rear off the motherfucking deep end and nigga crash himself fast. Yeah. So, but you got to be mentally strong and shit to surpass that shit. So, you know, it's just weird and shit like that. It was a weird year. 2022 was weird. 2020 was weird. All that shit, man. That shit was weird, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? With the COVID and people got to stay inside and people dying.
Crazy.
You can't even go to the motherfucking hospital and shit and see them and shit because of COVID. Like, this shit getting crazy. I'm like, damn, man, you know, Yeah, that shit was crazy and shit, man. But you know, we done surpassed that, made it to the made it past that obstacle in life and shit, and I know there's plenty more that's gonna be coming and shit, and I'm prepared for it.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes
I'm
you
stay
stronger
chugging.
mentally and shit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, what don't break you make you stronger. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
You know, as long as you shit, if a nigga take a loss and fall down and shit, you know, it don't make you less than a man. As long as you get yourself back up and dust yourself back up and stay with it,
Hell
man.
yeah.
You know, you don't lose nothing. All you do is gain shit. You know what I mean? So.
Hell yeah. Facts. And that
been,
goes for everybody out there, man,
Yeah.
who's going through something.
Yeah.
Like,
Stay
it's not going to be forever.
Yeah, no, stay focused, man, and don't crash yourself and shit, man. Like I said, shit could be down and shit could be bad and shit like that, but you never know what tomorrow brings. It be crazy, like you'll have the worst day, and tomorrow you'll go to sleep and wake up tomorrow, and it could be one of the best days of your life, and you was just about to do something, you know, the previous day that would have probably ended everything. But, you know, you just fucking slept on it. You know, you went through it, you dealt with it, and then the next day, man, that shit done blew it. You like, damn, man, I'm glad I didn't do that crazy shit. And I feel like I got a lot of type of, like, shit like that in my life where, like, nigga, I'm like, man, I'm about to crash myself. And then I just kind of wait, chill out, and literally the next day some shit come up. And I'm like, man, I don't believe that shit even happened. Like, I don't even got a call or got an opportunity or somebody that said something to me that really inspired me. I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean? So I done had so many obstacles in this motherfucking shit. Like I said, man, I've been doing this shit for 6.5, 7 years. So, man, the obstacles is real, man. Like, you got to stay focused and stay at that shit, man. Because I'm telling you, you can just, it's so easy to give up. And 9 times out of 10, everybody will tell you to give up to make you feel better, just whatever make you feel better. But, you know, only you will know the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Only you know the right thing to achieve the what you want to go for. Like, ain't nobody could tell you what you want to do or how you want to do it because, you know, it might not be what you really want. You know what I mean? But if you really want something, you deep down know inside that, hey, man, you got to get on that shit.
Hell
you know?
Yeah.
You can't crash yourself. You feel me? You can't crash yourself.
Facts.
I know a lot of people go through that shit like you were saying. Like, man, a lot of people probably go through that situations where they crash themselves and they crash themselves. They no opportunity now. You know, couldn't get this, couldn't get that. All because they just did something they wasn't supposed to do, and they could have just literally just sat there and went to sleep on it, and woke up and like I said, you don't know what the next day might bring to you. Shit, man. You know.
Facts. That's real. That's real game right there, man. Real talk.
Yeah.
You heard it first, Cashsquadceno, man. So I want to talk about Cash Squad Records. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk about, you know, the artist on the label.
Yeah.
Who's on the label?
Yeah.
And then, you know, how it all came about. You know what I mean? Cash Squad.
Man, we literally started doing this music shit. First, before I jump to that, man, you know, shout out to the whole Cash Squad Records and shit, man. You know, shout out Cashsquadceno, Cash Squad Bibby, you know what I mean, Cash Squad Zaire. Who else? My nigga Cash Squad Peso. You know, my nigga HXM4R. He just got put onto the squad and shit, man. This nigga Post Malone going crazy. Man, fuck Polo. I ain't trying to diss Post Malone, but I'm letting you know right now, he not fucking with my nigga HXM4R. This nigga got, I'm telling you, when y'all start hearing this nigga, he gonna go crazy. Kimbo, man, I'm telling you, the whole streets, everybody in the streets love this nigga. Everybody in the streets love it. Even if they ain't met the nigga, when they start hearing Kimbo music, it just be like straight from the soul, man. You know what I mean? You know, shout out Cash Squad Bibby and shit. Who else? It's so much of us right now.
Is it BP?
Yep, BP. Cash Squad, yeah, okay. Man, Cash Squad BP, man, this nigga, man, like I said, the world is not ready for these artists. Like, you know, it's turning into something more bigger than what we all expected, you know what I mean? Okay. So, you know, but we all started off just doing music in the basement and shit, you know, in a nigga apartment, wanting to rap, wanting to get some songs out there. We didn't start this shit trying to get famous. We didn't start this shit trying to get rich or nothing. We literally just wanted to make some music. Some artists got inspired by other artists and shit like that. And, you know, some artists just really wanted to do this shit from the day one in the jump, you know what I mean? So that's how we started. Just a bunch of homies and shit, all friends, close friends, family and shit like that. You know, wanting to do something different with their life and something that's gonna be more, what is that? More like I can't even think of the word right now. Just something that was
beneficial.
more beneficial.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Instead of everything what everybody was doing and shit, it was like, man, this was kind of like why not? You know what I mean? And then it turned into like a, man, this is an opportunity. This is something that could really change everybody's lifestyle. And throughout the years, you just started seeing the music change the lifestyles. Like, you know what I mean? If I wasn't doing music shit, I wouldn't know what I would be doing. I wouldn't want to do nothing else but music, man. You know what I mean? Yep. I'm blessed, like I said, to be in this position that I am in, and I don't want to do nothing different, man. I'd rather do music for the rest of my life, even if I don't get the acknowledgement. You know, I'm doing it. I want the acknowledgement, but then again, you know, I really do love making music. I love getting reactions from motherfuckers too. Like, you know, that's like one of the best feelings out there. Motherfucker telling you, man, your song slap, you know what I mean? Like, or hey, man, I heard this song, like, or just even just like random engagements with people on the street you never met before that just like your shit. That's like, damn, bro, I heard your shit. Like, I'm starting to get that more right now, and like I said, that shit feel good. Like, we was out of state, niggas was saying that shit. Oh, I heard of Cash Squad, like, you know, that know about the Phoenix hip hop movement. They're like, man, I know about Cash Squad and shit, and motherfuckers out here. I was just at a club and shit. On the north side, it's called the Lookout Tavern, and RP to my partner and shit, Tom, man, you know, he ended up passing away and shit like that, and I made a song for him because, you know, that's just how I express myself nowadays. Now I just make music, and you know, a nigga told me, he said, man, I know, I seen that chain before, man, RP Tone, like, that song RP Tone. I'm like, yeah, he like, man, that's my shit, man. I'm talking about, he supported that shit so much, that shit crazy. He ended up pulling off from the club, slapping it, like, I'm like, oh shit, like, it's not no joke, like, man, you know, like I said, man, I live for that shit right there, man. I feel like that's better than almost anything. That's one of the best feelings. Like, I probably could make $1 million and shit, and I'm letting you know right now, like, I don't think that money gonna feel better than a motherfucker supporting you and listening to your shit, rocking your shit, like, genuinely, like, bro, that shit knocking, like, really said that, like, I don't think money is not gonna be better than that. Money will just change my situation, but literally, that's why some people, like, you know, they kill themselves with money and shit. Money ain't gonna really do nothing. It changes the situation. That feeling that you get when somebody supports your shit, listen to your shit, talk about your shit, talk highly about your shit, even they don't even know you. You ain't did nothing for a motherfucker. You ain't said nothing to a motherfucker. He barely, you know what I mean? Like, and he supports your shit, man. That feeling right there, great. And I think everybody in the squad done felt that before too. You know what I mean? So, and that keep motherfuckers really chugging. Like, man, I probably juice a nigga batteries up to 100%. You feel me? Like, with the charger in. Like, that's what that do. Like, support is real, man. Like I said, not everybody give it, and it's free. And it's the crazy part, because you'll expect a lot of people that'll give it, but a lot of people don't give it, you know what I mean? And I was just thinking like this, like, not that long ago. I'm like, man, the people I thought that support me don't support me, and the people that I didn't even think that was going to support me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit get deep, like, you know what I mean? Because you'll think, like, just because I started off, I ain't gonna lie, Cash Squad started off with probably like 100 niggas in the squad.
Damn.
Yep, it probably started off with like 100 niggas. When we first started doing music, we got Cash Squad, or No Squad Part 1 out, you know, Part 2 is out too. And when we started doing that, it was like so many motherfuckers that was making music. But like I said, a lot of people fell out because that wasn't their goal. Like, you know, as you get older, your mind changed, your goals change, what you want to do in life change and shit like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I said, like, when I say I did this shit for 6-7 years, I'm letting you know right now, bro, like, I knew I wanted to do this shit back then. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I knew this is what I wanted to achieve. Like, regardless if I did get the support or didn't, like, I'm going to do music. I'm going to push this shit. I'm going to stay pushing this shit. And we going to take this shit to the top. You know what I mean? And like I said, you know, I got a cold team around me too. Like, you know, I get motivated by my artists all the time, man. And we all motivate each other and shit because, you know, when you see somebody go in there and go hard, that don't make a nigga want to hate. You know, that make a nigga like, man, I gotta make some cold shit too. Like, it's like a competitive, motivation. Like, you know, cause I come from playing sports, so I treat this shit like a sport. When you see a nigga over there, you know, a wide receiver and shit catching the ball one hand, it's gonna make you, when you got your drill, you gonna go out there and try to do the same thing. You feel me? Period. Like, you know, so that's how we really build. I like the competitive energy, because that really brings the greatness out of a person. You know, and we all coach each other and shit like that, and we all throw ideas at each other and shit like that. Like, and like I said, that just makes us stronger. That just makes us way better and shit like that with this shit. So, you know, we ain't like a group where we go out and the Temptations and shit. We more just like you know, it's just, like I said, it's a record label. That's why we Cash Squad Records. Everybody individually doing their shit. You know, they got their own styles. They got their own whole little demeanors about themselves. That's what makes it different. Like I said, like, you know, just looking at the 3 artists right here, like from Bibby to HXM4R to Kimbo, all 3 of them niggas is different. Like, you know what I mean? The way they coming on the flow, the type of music they making, and when we all get on that song, you'll hear the difference, and that's what makes us stand out. So, you know, it's great, man. I love that shit. I love competing with my brother and shit like that. Like, we ain't like trying to be better than another, but like I said, that competition, that competing, when you got that mentality, that'll make you bring out the best out of each other. You know, so you know, one nigga go in there, drop a verse, another nigga, oh man, I gotta make sure my shit hard. He go in there, drop a verse. You know what I mean? Like, and next nigga go in there, probably the last nigga verse gonna be the craziest, cause you know, for sure. Like, he got man,
they
you
like, damn, all the homies did this shit,
man, on me. So I gotta come hard. I can't come weak on it. And we do criticize each other too. Man, that shit was weak. You can't put that on the track. And that just lets you know how close and bonded we are when you could do that. You know what I mean? Because some motherfuckers get offended and discouraged and be like, oh, I'm cool. The motherfuckers that done sat there and went through that shit, they the ones, you done seen them elevate to the max. You know, those the ones that really, like I said, those the ones that elevate the max. When you tell a nigga, oh man, maybe next track you get on, you know what I mean? I didn't even heard that shit for myself. Like, you know, I don't think I went that hard. I gotta, man, go ahead, y'all go ahead, man. Or y'all niggas going too crazy. I don't even got it in me right now. I'm gonna let niggas have that, bro. Like, you know, shit. Next song I make, man, make sure niggas go crazy. I gotta go crazy. So. Yeah. You know, it be like that and shit. Like, and like I said, man, it just brings out the best. I just look at it as like a what's that shit called? Like, you know, anybody watch Dragon Ball Z and shit like that, you know about how Vegeta and Goku, you know what I mean, they train with each other to make themselves stronger. You go to Naruto, you know what I mean, you see Naruto and Sasuke, they both used each other to get stronger. Like, you know, I go by that. You know, I'm big with the, you know, the Chinese Chinese, like, you know, religion and all that, you know, the yin and yang, and man, I'm big on that shit, man. So, you know, like I said, we don't compete against each other to try to like diss each other, but we compete to bring the best out of each other. And you know, that's just because we all men. We don't take it as like anything else, but you know, oh, it's gonna make me better, this gonna make me stronger, this gonna make me, you know, sharper, this gonna make me more faster, you know what I mean? So okay, that's why I do that shit. That's why we like doing that shit, man. We all, you know, that's why where we at right now, man. You know what I mean? And everybody, we all, you know, steel sharpen steel. You know what I mean? So we sharpen each other up. That's how we gotta do. That's how everybody should do it. You know what I mean? That's how, you know, that's my mentality with this shit. Hell yeah, that's a real team right there, man. Yeah. And I like the sport analogy. You know what I mean? Like, I play basketball, and it's like facts. When you throw alley oop to the homie and he yam that shit, it's like the whole team get hyped. And then that's what happens they go on runs, team go on runs, and all that shit. Football too, you know what I mean? Man, like, we all get the rings. Yep, exactly. We all going for a championship, man. Everybody get a ring. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't care if I got to pass the ball to bro and give him the alley-oop, like you said, like give him the alley-oop or give him the winning shot. Hey, man, I know he gonna motherfucker hit that motherfucker, and I know I'm getting guarded right now, motherfuckers. You feel me? They gonna try to guard me. Oh, man, I know the next nigga right here, he gonna come in a clutch and really hit this motherfucker. So, yeah, I'm big with that shit, man. Like I said, a team. And the reason we a team, you know what I mean? We're a big team with this shit. Hell yeah, man. So speaking of the team, man, you and the team was recently on tour, on the Baby Smooth tour. You feel me?
I was watching y'all, man, you know, on Instagram and all that. Nationwide tour.
Nationwide. We went around the whole United States.
Hey, y'all was going crazy, man. I seen y'all had Houston, the shorties in Houston turned up.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Movie. It was a motherfucking movie. My bad here. He said, "Don't touch me." It was. It got.
Talk about that experience.
Yeah, man, that shit was lit, man. You know, that changed everybody's life that went on that tour. I'm just being honest with you. You know what I mean? That changed everybody's life, man. I'm talking about, man. You know, we did all the cities. What we do, I think it was like 15 cities. We did. A couple cities canceled and shit, but we did 15 cities. We did L.A., Columbus, Ohio, Oakland, California, Seattle, Washington, New York, Houston, Texas, Detroit, Atlanta, Georgia, did I say New York or New York? It was just like, man, we done touched all these cities, and then you got to think about the interaction with motherfuckers, cause we on feet. We drove around this whole motherfucker, like,
man.
So, like, crazy. You know, there was times where we only had literally 24 hours to get to the next city, and we had to perform in 24 hours. Like, you know what I mean? Literally, we can't, you know, shit. You know, it was crazy, man. Sometimes we couldn't shower. Sometimes we slept in cars. We had 3 drivers. So, you know, one go to sleep, another didn't go to sleep. You know, he it was like, it was getting crazy, man. That shit was lit. Hey, man, and the thing that tripped me out was, it was like a blessing from God, because, like, we went around the whole United States, and we all blow. Everybody be blowing, you feel me? Zaza, nothing else. You know, nothing else.
Okay.
We all blow Zaza heavy, man. We ain't get pulled over one time. I'm talking about one time, like, oh, no, we had one altercation, but that's not even pulled over. That's because we was at a gas station reeking of weed 4 a.m, like Tennessee. You know, state trooper, cuz we in the middle of nowhere. They like, you feel me? So,
damn.
Yeah, but then that was a blessing too, cause we had a trailer. They didn't even search the trailer. They let us go. They found a little bit of weed. They didn't give us no ticket. We didn't stop nothing. But like literally, we didn't get pulled over. We drove through Texas, didn't get pulled over. Man, that shit was lit, man. But talking about the shows was going crazy, man. I love the shows. All the shows show love. Everybody show love, man. Shout out Baby Smooth, man. That tour was motherfucking lit. Like, even the promoter and shit that booked it, my nigga T, that nigga was letting me know, he like, bro, y'all niggas is damn near taking all his fans. Like, bro, look, I ain't seen nobody perform as much energy as y'all. Like, you know, there was other performers. We was right before, bro, and shit like that, man. And, you know, you see everybody performing. They really didn't come with the energy. Everybody was trying to be cool. Yeah. We was like, fuck being cool, man. We took it as an opportunity. Like, fuck being cool. Ain't no cool shit. Hey, we interacting with all the fans, we grabbing phones, we tell motherfuckers to pull y'all flashes out, they pulling them out, they enthused with us. We got merchandise, big Cash Squad hats, shirts, and every jackets, all type of shit, man. That shit was lit. I brought my cameraman and shit. My cameraman came, man. That nigga turned up, man. Everybody have a real good time. Like I said, man, we'll never forget that shit. Even just being on the road, like, we didn't even have to perform. Like, just being on the road, going to those cities, interacting with people, gas station people, you know, talking to us that never seen us before, that just get a whiff of us. They like, damn, like they already interested in it. They already amused by it. They like, man, these motherfuckers is really dope. Like, y'all about to be famous. Y'all got it. Like, you know, like I said, every time we performed, we showed out. We didn't sit there and try to look on stage still. Hey, man, we jumping. We turned up. Everybody turned up. And I didn't have to tell motherfuckers to do that. It's just literally the energy was there. Like, I didn't have to tell one person, like, hey, bruh, turn the fuck up. Like, nah, it was none of that shit. Like, everybody that got on stage was literally like, bruh, they turned the fuck up. Like, facts. Right when we get on stage, they see us. Oh, instantly. Right when they see us, they showing love. Like, I'm talking about off the site. Like, they don't even got to hear the music. They're like, God damn, who is these motherfuckers? Because we move as like a cold ass unity. You feel me? Even niggas was color coordinated, all type of shit. We was putting together shit. We damn near was the Temptations right there. You know what I mean? Because we was in there doing, you know, everybody synchronizing dances and shit. And everybody, like the vibe was real, man. And like I said, the crowd was real. Oh yeah, I forgot Denver. We did Denver. Denver was lit. And shit like that. So we did hella cities and shit, man. That shit was that was one of the best experiences I ever had in my life, just to see the support. Like I said, I'm big on the support. So just to see support from random motherfuckers that never met you before and just heard your song 2 minutes prior coming up. Like, every time we got off stage, we interacted with the crowd. We didn't even want to be backstage kicking it, being cool, smoking. Man, we was passing blunts off stage, giving niggas blunts and shit, and man, that shit was, man, we was showing love, giving shirt. Houston was like the last show on the tour. We gave out hella merchandise for free. We didn't have to charge nobody. It was just like, it was more just like a appreciation, man. I appreciate all the fans. And even when I get on Instagram right now, I go live or something like that, motherfucker be like, bro, I seen y'all in Atlanta, or I seen y'all in Denver, or I seen y'all in Detroit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so like just reaching that, like I said, hey man, shout out T the Plug and shit, man. You know, he the one that gave me the opportunity and shit. And man, we took it and ran with it and shit. And I'm forever grateful for that shit, man. You know what I mean? Cause like I said, that was one of the best times of my life. You feel me?
Hell yeah. Shout out IMT, man. We did some shows with him too.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
He's way too active.
He booked it for me, man. I gave y'all free game. Make sure y'all show love to my nigga, man. He turned us up. You feel me? Shout out, man. That's all lit. We was already lit. We was already active. But he turned us up with that tour, man, you know, and he reached out to me and gave me the opportunity and asked me, do I want to do it or not? You know what I mean? Yeah, so, you know, I've been rocking with him for a minute, doing shows with him for a minute, and, you know, so, you know, that shit was dope, man. Like I said, shout out them, and Highline, you know what I mean, all them, everybody, man, they show love, man. They seen us on stage. Right when they seen us on stage, they was like, God damn, bro, y'all niggas lit, like, what the fuck? Like, we didn't even think y'all was gonna come like that. Like, we came prepared, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, we drove across the whole. We didn't want to fly and be all boozy. We didn't want to be backstage and shit, man. We interacted with the crowd, man. We jumped in that motherfucker. My nigga, Cash Squad Mac crowd surfed. Like,
wow.
And didn't fall. Wow. I'm talking about he crowd. That's Columbus, Ohio, man. Wow. At Scully's, man. Columbus, Ohio was hella lit. My nigga jumped in the crowd. They carried him. I'm talking about that. This nigga like, yeah, it's on the vlog, man. We got more vlogs dropping. So right now we dropping hella videos and shit of the vlog and shit like that, and of the tour and shit like that, man. That shit was lit, man. Everybody, the people at the gas stations, the people at the shows, the venues, they was tapping in with us. The venues was like amazed by us. They like, God damn, bro, y'all rocked it. Like, you know what I mean? So we came presentable, respectful. We didn't do no crazy ass shit. Everybody let us do what we wanted. Man, it was like we had no problems. We could be backstage, but we wanted to be in the crowd. We was in the crowd for sure.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, man.
So hella merch. I ain't never sold that much merch in my whole life.
That's hard.
Like, you know what I mean? So like just like motherfuckers seen us perform, and then when we get on the floor, you know what I mean, we got our stands ready. We came prepared, like I said, man. We had we had stands and shit. We had the bag of merch. We lined it all up. Shout out Cash Squad Forums and shit like that. He was help pushing it. You know what I mean? And, man, that shit was lit, man. It was a good opportunity and shit. We took it, ran with it. I loved it, man. And I'm telling you, everybody, man, we like, that shit. And, like, there was no problems either. Like, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it was, like, nothing but God helping us, man. I'm trying to tell you, like, love, no problems, like. We even got into an altercation on tour, you know what I mean? Like, and like to the point where a nigga got his ass beat, and about 20, 30 police came, and we was in the right. You feel me? Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like it was crazy, bro. Like, man, that shit never happens. Like, an altercation where a nigga get his ass beat, bro, and 5, 6 police cars filled with police officers pull up, bro, and we don't go to jail, and he the one that go to the hospital, and we get let go free. That was crazy, man. I ain't never had that. Just let you know, like, everything was in our favor on that tour. Like, it was meant for us to do that. The next day we had a show. So like if we would have went to jail, and it was a weekend too, if we went to jail, it would have been like we couldn't even perform at that show. Like, it was nothing but God helping us out, man. You know what I mean? I think I give thanks for that whole shit, man. That shit was real.
Hell yeah.
Swear to God, like,
that's hard, man. That's dope. That's dope, man. It's definitely important to touch all the cities, man, and get your brand out there.
Facts.
But I wanna ask you real quick, man. We about to wrap this up pretty soon. But Cashsquadceno, the artist, man.
Yeah.
I want to focus on you real quick, man. What sets Cashsquadceno apart, man, from the other artists out there? Not in your camp, man, but other artists out there in the cities around the world, man. What sets you apart, man?
I'm really hungry. When I say hungry, I mean, like, man, like, you will see my work ethic. I done worked with plenty of cameramans around this motherfucker. We still got newer ideas and shit that we pursue, and I'm just very hungry, man. When I say hungry, I mean I'm hungry and I'm passionate about this shit. I'm really serious about it. I ain't doing it just to do it. I ain't doing it to look cool. I'm doing it to really become something out of this shit. Like, I don't, like I said, when I play sports, man, I did everything. I'm the nigga that was like Kobe in the gym shooting motherfucking 1,000 free throws to make sure I don't miss that free throw. Like, you know what I mean? So that's how I take this music shit. I'm in the gym, man. I'm gonna be the first motherfucker that show up. I'm gonna be the last motherfucker to leave. Just to really critique this shit. And like I said, I'm working like crazy, man. We probably got like 200 videos on YouTube out right now. Like,
damn.
this shit, and I'm talking about high quality, not just like niggas shot with the phone. Like, I'm very invested in what I do. I'm very serious about what I do. Very passionate about what I do. And I'm ready to take anybody on. I don't care. Like I said, he could be like, even when I first started doing this music, like, I knew hella niggas that was hella cold rapping, and I'm like, man, them niggas was dope, and no offense to them and shit. Like, I surpassed them just by being hungry. Like, you could just see my hungriness to this shit. Like, like I said, I had hella roadblocks and shit with this music shit. A lot of people kind of just fall off when they get those roadblocks and shit. Like, I was recording at a studio at first, and I ended up getting into the person that did the studio shit, and I went home. Instead of just stop doing music, because I could have stopped right then and there, I just got my own motherfucking laptop, got my own Pro Tools, and literally started learning Pro Tools myself. 6 years later, I'm damn near like a guru with this shit. Like, everybody that come and record with me, like, damn, how the fuck you learn this shit? And it's like, it just, as motivated I am. Like, I was music videos and shit. I was shooting music videos. I was doing all that shit. Like, I was serious about this shit. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. Like, you know what I mean? That's why everything is in-house right now, man. Like I said, when you got time, slide through and check out our shit. We got our own recording studio shit too that we done open.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, and we starting our own podcast room too. I like to interview you and have you come fuck with me and shit like that.
For sure. Okay.
Man, I'm hungry. Like I said, man, ain't nothing gonna stop me from getting to where I deserve to be. Ain't nobody gonna tell me where I'm supposed to be at, and I know where I'm supposed to be at. I know where I'm supposed to be at. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I know what I want. You know what I mean? So, like, if that's what you want, then go for it. You know what I mean? So that's what set me different. A lot of people don't got that energy to it. A lot of people be shy and try to be too cool about it and whatever and shit, man. Ain't nothing stopping me from achieving what I want to achieve. I'm the only person that can stop me, period. When shit didn't go good, I kept chugging. Like I said, man, when shit was fucked up, I kept chugging. Like, when I didn't have nowhere to record at, I kept chugging. Period. Like, that's what made me who I am right now, and that's why we so strong. You know what I mean? Because and like I said, there's a lot of artists out here that's doing their shit, and I respect the new generation of artists and shit like that, and cause right now it's a little different than how it used to be back then. But I just know that man, I was hungry and shit, man. I was hungry when I first started this shit. I'm still hungry. I don't think I'm hungry right now. I'm starving. You know what I mean? I damn near my stomach, like, you know, you supposed to be eating this shit. The more you in this shit, I feel like the more I've been in this shit, I just been starving and starving more. And that just come with discipline. I got a lot of discipline about myself. And like I said, that's what sports do. Sports will build character and discipline about yourself. So, like, you know, I got a lot of discipline. So, you know, whatever it takes, I'm doing it. Whatever I gotta do, I'm doing it. And I just feel like that's what you know separates me from everybody else, because a lot of people are waiting on the opportunity to come. I'm snatching opportunities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta snatch it. You know what I mean? Like I'm snatching this shit, man. I'm trying to take this shit. You know, no offense, I'm trying to take steaks off niggas' plates. If they ain't with us, they against us. That's how I take it. You know what I mean? And or if they ain't supporting us, they against us. And that's my mentality with this shit. And some people will get discouraged by a person saying that type of shit, but like I said, you gotta know you the shit, man. I'm the shit. Like, you know, ain't no way around that motherfucker. Like, you can't jump over hurdles to be who I feel like I am. Man, I'ma be who the fuck I am. So, you know, like I said, that's why I done got so far with this shit, man. You know, I got a lot of confidence with this shit. I got a lot of confidence in my flow. Like, yeah, I know dope ass niggas and hella they bar shit up and all that shit. But just know, like, you know, there's a reason why there's a Lil Yachty in the world and a Meek Mill in the world. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's a reason. So with that being said, just make sure if y'all serious about this shit, just stay focused, and you know, everything gonna fall in place. Like I said, it's a lane for everybody, and that's what Cash Squad is all about. Cause not everybody gonna be the coldest bar, like where they drop hella bars and shit like that. And I didn't come in the game rapping hella hard and hella bars. I just said, man, I'm gonna put real life scenarios. My bad. I'm gonna put real life scenarios of my life and of you know, things I done seen, heard, and done. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put that in my music. So, you know, shit, that's what I do. Everything I done seen, heard, and done, man, I put it in my music. And I said that was gonna separate me automatically just from the people that just rapping about nothing. You know what I mean? Rapping about, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
rapping
shit
about
that
the same bullshit. Yeah.
And then I don't want to fit in. I ain't never been a person that fit in. I always been a person that stood out. And there's nothing I could do to change that. Like, you know what I mean? I always sound different. I always talk different. My voice sound different. My attitude was different. The way I went about things was different. And I couldn't get around that shit. You know, everybody go through that phase where they want to fit in. And I feel like a lot of people right now just want to fit in instead of just kind of like, you know, being they self or whatever, and you know, because I don't think everybody should sound like, you know, I ain't trying to hate, I hate on nobody, so I'm just saying that, you know, that's what separates us, though. We ain't fitting in. We being ourselves. We being original. We don't want to copy motherfuckers. We don't want to try to act like motherfuckers. We gonna be ourselves. And if I am, you know, giving kudos and respect to motherfuckers, it's the OGs, because I come from an era where the OGs mean everything.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? The OGs mean everything to me. So, you know, I'm inspired by OGs. I'm inspired by OGs, the older generation. You know, I'm big on history. So, you know, that's what separates me from a lot of people. A lot of these motherfuckers nowadays want to just fit in and be like everybody else, sound like everybody else, get the same beats as everybody else, talk like everybody else, say the same words as everybody else. We don't want to do that shit. We want to stand out. And in my camp, we be making words up and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, shout out Cashsquadceno, man. He was on the road, and nigga kept saying sons everywhere. I'm like, man, what the fuck is some sons? Like, man, that shit got so catchy, the whole car started saying sons. It's sons everywhere. Like, it's just sons. Like, you know, what the fuck sons mean? Like, you know, it's our lingo. You know, we make our own shit up, man. So that's what it's about. It's about being original. You know what I mean? And when you look at the GOATs, the greats, they was all original, and they looked up to the OGs. You know what I mean? Marvin Gaye's and all that shit. Like I say, you can go to Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre looked up to Marvin Gaye and Zapp and Roger, and you know what I mean? And that's one of the greatest beat makers, you know what I mean, out. You know what I mean? The producers out, you know what I mean? So that's what it's all about, man. It's all about, you know, that's what I'm about, you know what I mean? So that's what separates me. And when I see a lot of these artists nowadays, everybody just want to fit in, and but everybody that fit in, how could you be creative if you want to fit in with everybody? If you don't want to be original, if you ain't thinking of original things, you know what I mean? If you ain't trying to come up with your own lingo, if you ain't trying to sit there, you might make your own beat, you know what I mean? Whatever, it's all about being original, man. I just want to be original. That's why I did the Just for the Goers mixtape. Because, like I said, I got inspired by the big homie, you know what I mean? And literally I was like, man, I told him, I'm like, man, I appreciate you for doing that shit because, man, that shit done changed my mentality on a different way, too, you know what I mean? So, I'm all about that shit, man. We original around here, and we don't want to be like everybody else at all, man. Shit. It's kind of natural because, like, we don't sound like everybody else. That we got Cash Squad and No Squad Part 2 out right now. If you listen to the mixtape, you're going to get a vibe. You're going to get some understanding. You're going to relate to that shit, too. And it's not going to sound like everybody else mixtape. It's not going to sound like all the Bay Area rappers or all the Atlanta rappers or whatever. It's going to just sound like Cash Squad. That's why we stand out so much. Like, that's why I stand out so much. I really don't want to be everybody else. I probably couldn't be everybody else if I wanted to. I just was never that type of person.
Yeah. That's real, man. Y'all heard that, man. That is some real game, man. That is some gems for you right there. All the artists watching this, peep game, man. Take notes. To wrap it up, man, let everybody know, where they can find you, bro. Artists that want features, man. The floor is yours, man. Shout outs, man.
Okay.
What's good?
Man, shout out every artist around this Phoenix, Arizona putting on for it, It's a lot of artists right now that's coming up. I ain't trying to really say no names because, I ain't trying to say, I'm nigga might forget all the names and shit. Shout out Cash Squad Records. Shout out to the whole camp. Shout out to all the supporters. You know what I mean? Shout out AZ Way Too Active and shit like that for giving me the opportunity. Let us come in this motherfucker and pop that good shit, that good old popcorn and shit, man. So everybody get some popcorn and, like I said, man, listen up. Because like I said, we all go through the same shit. You know what I mean? This is about the ones that push through that shit. So that's about it, man. Like I said, you can find me on Apple Music. You can find everybody on Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, Tidal, everything. We on everything, YouTube Music and shit like that. Right now we dropping videos on our YouTube page every 4 or 5 days. So shit, you'll be able to see a video every 4 or 5 days, regardless if it's a vlog video or if it's gonna be a music video. You know what I mean? What else? Shit, that's really about it, man. Shout out Cash Squad Kimbo, Cash Squad motherfucking Bibby, Cash Squad BP, Cash Squad Farms, shit, man. Cash Squad Peso, my nigga HXM4R, you feel me? Shit, man. It's Cash Squad Records. Don't hesitate it, man. Check Cash Squad Records for the record. We in this motherfucker. We outside. Everybody gonna start seeing us more and shit like that, cause a lot of people don't really see us because we be inside. But I ain't gonna lie, we be working like.
Yep.
Like
got to.
That's all that matters. Like we don't even care about going outside, but we'll be outside more. We got a lot of shit coming on. A lot of shit we about to start doing. A lot of interaction with the city and shit too. A lot of shit we gonna do for the city and shit too. So make sure when y'all see us, support, man. We gonna have some big shit going on, and we gonna lock in with a lot of big motherfuckers around here too. Cause I'm big on support. I'm big on showing respect to the motherfuckers that show respect to me. Even if I have to give the respect first to receive it, I mean I'm big on that. You know what I mean? That's my whole motto with this shit. So
hell yeah.
That's about everything, man. I think I shouted everybody out. I don't want to forget what are the squad members, man. My nigga Cash Squad Zaire, my nigga Cash Squad Rocks, Cash Squad D-Loke. And man, that's it, man. It's a wrap, man. You know what I mean? Shout out, man. Look at Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music. Just for the Goers out right now. Welcome to Fix City out right now. Forever My Brother out right now. Shit, Inner Circle Warfare out right now. Man. What else? We got too much shit, man. Yeah, Long Live 18, man. RP 18 and shit like that, man. Long Live 18. Cash Squad BB got his tape out. My nigga HXM4R got his tape. His shit coming out. What you say? Apology accepted, access denied and shit. Make sure y'all lock in with that. That's gonna be some hard, man. I'm trying to tell you. the rock star is coming. They gonna be like, damn, these niggas rock stars. Yeah, we rock stars, man. You know what I mean? Facts.
Y'all heard that, man. Cashsquadceno in the building, man. It's AZ way too active, man. We're gonna wrap it up with that. It's your boy once again, Staz the Italiano, aka ESPN Staz, because I'm bringing it to you like a motherfucking highlight. You dig? This is AZ way too active. We outie.
Yee.
Yee.